ও গুরু মূর শঙ্কৰ তৰিবৰে কিনো পায় ও গুৰু ভাতিলে যাবলৈ শ্ৰী শংকৰ গুৰু বালিতে বান্ধিলা পজা হে ৰাম ৰাম বালিতে বান্ধিলা পজা ও গুৰু মূৰ শংকৰ তৰিবৰে কিনো পায় তৰিবৰে কিনো পায়
The convention of dramaturgy was inaugurated by Sri Shonkardev in Assam. It was after his own production of the play Sino Jatra that the proper enactment of drama was started in Assam. Shonkardev's art was subservient to his propounded vision of bhakti in religious pursuit, which he established through Neo-Vaishnavism. However, over 500 years down the line, his plays and the tradition that these helped found have consolidated an autonomous dramatic convention. Ankiya Nat was the form that Shonkardev adopted, and it has stood the test of time as a unique dramatic form. Sino Jatra, the first play by Shonkardev, was in all probability a kind of pantomime. Shonkardev never, as it were, wrote it down. The Guru Sarit, the authorized biography of the Vaishnav Guru, has it that Boikuntho Nogoro Kotha Koria Onko Korilonto Zarao. He drew the Boikuntho township on a citropot and enacted the Onko, or play, thereon. This play was accompanied by elaborate music. Shonkardev himself showed the potters of Kopilimukh, as the Guru Sarit tells us, how to make the khul from clay, made the Gayon Bayon recite rags on the khul and used it in Sino Jatra.
শ্ৰীমন্ত শংকৰ গুৰুজন আৰু মাধৱ গুৰুজনৰ দুইজনা মহাপুৰুষৰ অৱদানেৰে সৃষ্ট এই অংকীয়া ভাওনা বা অংকীয়া নাটসমূহৰ এই যে মহান সৃষ্টি শংকৰ গুৰুজনে চিহ্ন যাত্ৰাৰ যোগেদি প্ৰথম আৰম্ভ কৰিছিল অংকীয়া নাটৰ আৰু তেৰাৰ সেই অংকীয়া নাটৰ যোগেদি আধুনিক নাটকৰ এটা পথ আমাৰ ৫৫০ বছৰৰ আগতেই আমাৰ সমাজলৈ দি গৈছিল আৰু তেৰা দুজনৰ ভিতৰত প্ৰায় ১২খন অংকীয়া নাট ৰচনা কৰিছিলে আৰু ক্ৰম অনুসৰি আৰু সেই গুৰুকেইজনৰ সেই মহান অংকীয়া নাটসমূহ আজিকো পৰ্যন্ত ৰাইজৰ মাজত সমাদৰ লাভ কৰি আহিছে আৰু অংকীয়া নাটসমূহৰ সৃষ্টিত শংকৰ গুৰুজনে ভাৰতৰ বিভিন্ন প্ৰান্তৰ সকলো সংস্কৃতিৰ ভাৰতীয় লোক সংস্কৃতিসমূহৰ সন্মিশ্ৰিতভাৱে আৰু বিশেষকৈ সংস্কৃত নাটকৰ মূল সূত্ৰধাৰ চৰিত্ৰটোক অংকীয়া নাটত সন্নিৱিষ্ট কৰিছিল আৰু সেই ফালৰ পৰাই অংকীয়া নাটে আজিও সকলো ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ সকলো জেগাতে বুজি পোৱাকৈ সন্নিৱিষ্ট কৰি তাৰ ভাষাৰ যিটো ব্যৱস্থা কৰিছিল বা সাহিত্যৰ যি সুন্দৰতা আনিছিল আৰু বিশেষকৈ শংকৰ গুৰুজনে অংকীয়া নাটসমূহত কেইবাটা 4 প্ৰকাৰে ব্যৱস্থা কৰিছিল শ্লোকৰ যোগেদি বুজাইছিল তাৰপিছতে গীতৰ মাধ্যম তাৰপিছতে কথাৰ আৰু তাৰপিছতে অভিনয় এই 4টা পৰ্যায়েৰে শংকৰ গুৰুজনে অংকীয়া নাটসমূহত সৃষ্টি কৰি বিশেষকৈ সমাজৰ সকলো শ্ৰেণীয়ে বুজি পোৱাকৈ ইয়াৰ ব্যৱস্থা কৰিছিল আৰু বিশেষকৈ এই অংকীয়া নাটসমূহৰ যোগেদি বিশেষকৈ সাধাৰণ শ্ৰেণীৰ লোকসকলক কৃষ্ণ ভক্তিৰ প্ৰতি বা ৰামৰ প্ৰতি বা যিটো ভক্তিৰ ধাৰাটোৰ প্ৰতি আকৃষ্ট কৰিবৰ কাৰণে এই নাটসমূহৰ যোগেদি ব্যৱস্থা কৰিছিল
মহাপুৰুষজনাই যে ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ বিভিন্ন মঠ মন্দিৰ আৰু কিছুমান অনুষ্ঠান তেখেতে দৰ্শন কৰিছিল ঠিক 12 বছৰ আৰু বহুতো ভক্তপ্ৰাণ বৈষ্ণৱক তেখেতৰ লগত লৈ সেই সময়ত তেখেতে সুকুমাৰ কলা নৃত্য কবিতা আৰু স্থাপত্য ভাস্কৰ্যৰ বিভিন্ন তেখেতে অনুসৰণ কৰিছিল সাজ সজ্জাৰ পৰা অনুসৰণ কৰিছিল আৰু সেই মতেই তেখেতে নিজস্ব শৈলীৰ মতে অসমত আহি কিছুমান নতুনকৈ সৃষ্টি কৰিছিল ভাস্কৰ্য স্থাপত্য ভাস্কৰ্যৰ ফলস্বৰূপে অসমত নামঘৰৰ সৃষ্টি কৰিছিল যি নামঘৰত কেৱল মাত্ৰ ভাওনা আৰু নাম কীৰ্তনেৰে বিভিন্ন সমাজৰ সামাজিক গাঁথনিটো উন্নত কৰিবৰ কাৰণে বিভিন্ন মানুহৰ মাজত বুজা পৰাৰ কাৰণে সামঞ্জস্য ৰক্ষা কৰিবৰ কাৰণে কিছুমান নাম কীৰ্তনৰ ব্যৱস্থা কৰিছিল তাৰ লগতে অংকীয়া ভাওনাৰ এক নতুন প্ৰতিষ্ঠা কৰিছিল যি অংকীয়া ভাওনাৰ যোগেদি অংকীয়া ভাওনাৰ মাজেদিহে নৃত্য সত্ৰীয়া নৃত্যসমূহ সৃষ্টি হৈছে সেয়ে তেখেতে অংকীয়া ভাওনাৰ শৈলীটো নতুনকৈ স্থাপন কৰি তেখেতে 4টা ভাগত বিভক্ত কৰিছিল যে পৌৰাণিক যিটো কীৰ্তিচিহ্ন পৌৰাণিক যিটো ধৰ্মীয় সংস্কৃতি তাৰ অনুসৰণ কৰিছিল আৰু নিজস্ব শৈলী অনুসৰণ কৰিছিল তাৰ লগতে ইয়াৰ থলুৱা সংস্কৃতিৰ লগত তেখেতে কিছুমান সামঞ্জস্য ৰাখি নতুন সৃষ্টি কৰিছিল অংকীয়া ভাওনা
After Sino Jatra, Hankordev wrote full-length plays depicting the exploits of Krishna and other Vaishnav episodes, highlighting the salient features of Vaishnavism to attract the lay audience. We can trace 3 distinct elements which went into the making of Ankiya Nat. The first, to draw on the ancient Naitya-Hastru elements from classical Indian literature.
উহি দেৱ দুৰ্লভ পাৰিজাত যাহেন গৃহে ৰহে ধন জন বৈভৱ তাহেক সাৰয় নাই উহি দেৱ দুৰ্লভ পাৰিজাত
The second, to adapt various stagecraft after observing them in the various pilgrimages that Hankordev undertook.
স্বামী কোঠা যাওয়ে নাই হে কৃষ্ণ উহি পুষ্পক মহিমা কি কহব
And the third, to integrate the indigenous folk institutions of drama into the new experiment of Ankiya Nat. The form of the Ankiya Nat clearly exhibits all three elements. However, in Shankardev's scheme of things, adaptation rather than strict adherence to rules was the lookout, and therefore the Ankiya Nat symbolizes a unique synthesization of all these elements.
Yes, Swami Krishna. নিমিত হসি ফহিত ইন্দ্র দেবতা তোমারি শরণে শরণ লইল।
Shankardev himself wrote 6 full-fledged Ankiya Nats. His disciple, Sri Madhavdev, wrote 6 more Nats. Based on the model laid down by these two Vaishnav gurus, later Vaishnav playwrights have contributed many more Ankiya Nats. Although the later developments have broken away from the conventions of Shankardev. Shankardev adapted stories from the Katha Bhagavat and the Ramayana mostly. Likewise, Madhavdev and other playwrights have based their plays on episodes from the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and from Vishnu Puran, among others.
Swami, hamaka poti kusar jaoy na. Ajo, tumu kono sthane ki dekhalla?
Ahe pranapokhi, hotiniko apamane ki morite sao? Tumu ki nimitte biya gulo beli pranapokhi?
Brahma, parijataka nimitto onno pano সারল পরম তাপে মরিব চক্ষুয়ে দেখিতে পারতি নাহি পারে সত্তরে যাও
আহে মুনিরাজ সত্তরে চল।
Ankiya Nat begins, just like the Purborongo of classical, with the Dhemali of Khultal recital by the Gayon Bayon. It is an elaborate percussion recital structured into the body of the play. It is soon followed by a Nandi Shlok. Shankardeb employed an Ostropati Nandi, which he himself wrote. His disciple Madhavdev, however, did away with the Nandi Shlok, and therefore later plays by diverse writers either followed Shankardeb or Madhavdev in employing or deleting Nandi. The Sutradhar, just like in classical Sanskrit plays, is a principal character in Ankiya Nat. It is the Sutradhar which sings the Nandi in Ankia. The Sutradhar introduces the theme. He interjects in between scenes and he monitors and coordinates the entire proceedings. The Sutradhar is an actor, a commentator and overall director of Ankiya Nat. Shankardeb employed the Brajobhaha or Brajavoli instead of the local colloquial of his time in Ankiya Nat. The shlok portions were in Sanskrit and the songs, prayers and dialogue portions were all in Brajavoli. The employment of interspersed prose in between the lyrics was a violent breakaway from tradition, and by this, Shankardeb sought to achieve a number of objectives. Firstly, he wanted to elevate the stature of his characters by giving them a language which was far from everyday usage. This was necessary because it would have made the supernatural depiction real. Secondly, he wanted lay people to participate in the proceedings. After all, his players were drawn from illiterate rural folk. Even today, most Ankiya Nats performed employ Brojaboli, but experiments have also been made nowadays to stage Ankia in the vernacular Assamese. Ankiya Nats are full of song sequences. Complex dramatic moments are symbolically captured through song recitals. Shankardeb wrote over 100 Borgeet, which he successfully employed in his 6 Nats. Similarly, Madhavdev also wrote prolifically and incorporated them in his Nats. Later day writers like Gopal Deb, Ramchandra Atta, Lakhmi Deb, etc. are also known to have incorporated songs in their Nats. These songs have, over the passage of time, acquired such popularity that they are sung independent of the text now. These are called Borgeet and have a great significance in Assamese culture. Apart from Borgeet, another lyrics form used in the Ankiya Nat is the Bhotima. Bhotima means songs of Bhat. The term Bhat derives from Bhotto. It was a kind of song sung by sarangs or mendicants, which later developed into well-structured lyrical compositions. These Bhotimas are used in the Sutradhar's initial exposition of the theme, and at the end, the Sutradhar also sings the Mukti Mongol Bhotima. Here, the Sutradhar seeks the blessings of the audience and apologizes for any misdemeanors that may have been committed by any of the artists during the performance. Again, Bhotimas are also used in the middle of the play to heighten emotions. These could either be sung by the characters or by the Sutradhar himself.
Krishnaya tasmai Abhu samajika iha Krishnasta jagata pothai Siri parijata harna nama natakam samprati mukhyata atha bhatima e jaya jaya Krishna Deva Nija Ankha, a Lila Mahita, a Kongha, a Pavankha.
One must also remember that Ankiya Nat uses a highly stylized cluster of movements for the characters. These movements are controlled by the rhythm of the percussion accompaniment of khul and tal. Depending on the nature of the character, the movements are determined. For example, for a Deb who is about to enter the arena, Khulbadon will indicate a particular rhythmic pattern which is identified by the audience only with Debogon. Suhur, likewise, as against the stately and graceful rhythm of the deb, a violent rhythm is executed. All characters in Ankia, in fact, make entry into the arena using dance movements. The Sutradhar at first gives an elaborate dance recital before embarking on Nandi and narration. Thus, Ankiya Nat is actually a highly structured dance drama recital.
Krishna, Kinkara, Hankara, Kahoyo. Daki Balahu. Abhu Habha Hadaluko, Ze Jakataka Paramester Narayana, Bhumika Haranimita, Avataro. Huhi Bhagavanta, Huhi Habhamatya Prabhapuye, a Norakakula Vada, a Parijata Harna, Lila Jatra, Parama Kotuke Korapo, Tahe Habadana Dekha, Ankene Funna.
The thematic drive of the Ankiya Nat is to establish the idealization of the Krishna or the Ram concept of Vaishnavism. Rather than following an esoteric way of proboson and explication of the classical scripture, Shankardeb and his followers chose the artistic medium. In the process, a rich legacy of performing art was left to posterity in Assam. The sway and hold of the performance-oriented bhakti movement is such that today, even a common man in rural Assam not only finds himself steeped in spiritual fervor, but also as an accomplished artist. His artistic excellence may not be of the highest quality, but it helps sustain a like tradition. And because drama has a direct bearing on common audiences, the role of Ankiya Nat in sustaining Vaishnavite culture is profound.